Hi everyone. Just trying to bring it up on the iPad. Hi Glenda. Hi Kerry. Hi Elizabeth. All right. Hunter's ear is a little bit better, but he's still got this awful cough, Elizabeth, which is a bit annoying, but we only seem to have it morning and night. So during the day, he doesn't really have it. Hi, Kerry. Oh, nice. So, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend. I've just had my last free weekend, so Hunter and I did go to the movies, and I think there was like 4 other people in the cinema, which was good. Hi Megan. Because I've just had my study start again, so that means I am busy now until May. Thanks for sharing, Elizabeth. All right, ladies, so I haven't got a prize here in front of me, but the winner of tonight's prize, Adrian just drew it, is Tara. So thank you, Tara. I'll give that to you next time I see that. What did I see? We saw a kids movie, Dream Builders, which was pretty good actually. To get into the running for next week's prize, you just need to like and share my video, and you go in the running. So usually I give away some paper that I've cut down to 6x6, or I've got lots of little embellishments and stuff that I'm going to start giving away as well, that I had a bit of a clean up over Christmas. So tonight I wanted to show you a few things. First, now this is some brand new product that I just got. Now this Butterfly Brilliance set, I haven't even opened it yet. It will be in the new annual catalogue that's coming in June. Okay, so it will be available in June, but demonstrators can order this now and customers can order this in March. So I wanted to show you this. These are the dies. So this is one big die that's connected to that, connected to that. They're all the detailed dies of that, and then this is one stamp. Okay, so you just pop out those little bits. So again, this is probably something you want to use with a Stamparatus, because you want to make sure that you get the pressure and a good coverage of all the middle stamps. I find the bigger the stamp, the better the coverage you get with a Stamparatus. And this has got quite a lot of detail in it. So I'm not actually using this tonight, but that's the stamp, then this die, and then this paper. Now this paper is only going to be available this month for demos or next month for customers. This paper is not going to be in the catalogue. If you want it, you need to order it next month. You can't sit on it, and it is while stocks last. Okay? Hi Angie. So you want to make sure you get it. For demos ordering it this month, there is restrictions on it, obviously. But it's got the pretty butterflies and then like a watercolor wash on the back. And then tiny butterflies, tiny. They're pretty. Oh, I like those ones. Oh, I really like this paper. Oh, nice, Angie. I was surprised mine only took 2 things. Isn't it the other paper that will not be in the any catalog? Textured one. I think it's both of them, Megan. As far as I'm aware, both papers are not coming in. Yes, they will, Glenda. I'm just getting that because it's a big die. I don't want it to crack or anything, so I'm just taking my time getting it off. Now this die will fit on here and cut out those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 butterflies at once. So that is pretty good, and then you can fussy cut those ones out if you want and have some extra wings or whatever. Yeah, I do think it will go with the dragonflies, Angie. So you get, because you only get, it doesn't say here, you only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You only get 6 designs in this, so you would get 8 sheets of this paper. So then you really would get, what, 8 6s, 48. 48 butterflies cut out of that, plus then the little bits, if you don't want to use that. Or you could get 2 packs, and then you could use that side on another thing. Okay, but for demos, this is limited. At the moment, I think we can only order 3 packs of this paper to prep for classes, and customers, it's available next month. But if you want it, you will need to get in quick because the paper is while stocks last, and the paper is not going to be available in the annual catalogue, but the stamp and dies will. That'll be in the catalogue. Now this has got some textured dies on here as well, and that's what this paper is for. So you get, this is 12 by 12, and this is Natural Touch specialty paper. Hi, Carrie. And this just looks like wood grain, and there is a little bit of texture to it that is raised a little bit, but you can add additional texture with those texture dies on this. Now you only do get 2 sheets of that in this pack here. So this is available to demos now, but available to customers from next month. Okay, and I don't have the prices on me. I didn't print them out, so I'm sorry, but I can add the prices later. The stamp and die is a early release for the new annual catalogue coming out in June, but the papers will not feature in the catalogue. So if you want the papers, you can only get them if you order in February or March if you're a demo or customer. So hopefully everyone's got that detail. So I can pop them away now. This is really pretty paper though. Okay, so I'm going to pop that away. And then the other thing, what I wanted to do tonight is use some of the Celebration products, because Celebration is finishing in a couple of weeks. So I think we've only got 2, what's today? I only got 3 weeks left of Celebration. And these are 2 of the free paper packs that you get with Celebration. So Celebration is every $90 that you spend, you get a free level 1 item, or every $180 you spend, you get a free level 2 item or 2 level 1 items, and so on. So you can mix and match. These paper packs are level 1 items. So these are 2 different paper packs. I don't have much left of this paper pack. This is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. And then this one, it is quite busy, but once you cut it down and only use bits of it, it's really pretty. This is the Flower and Field Designer Series paper. Love this, how to play with this paper on the weekend. Oh, that's nice, Elizabeth. I'd like to see what you made. So I've got to make a few birthday cards. So I wanted to show the paper. So I thought I'd make this tri-fold card. So I've made a couple of these already, and I'll show you how to make them tonight. I haven't decorated them yet. I've just been using the DSP because I also want the this paper blooms pack. The colours in this are Rococo Rose and Seaside Spray. Those two colours will retire in June. So I wanted to try and use up the cardstock that I've got of that as well before they retire. So that's why I'm focusing on that pack. And I've made 4 of these. So it looks like it uses a lot of DSP, but in all reality, it doesn't really use all that much DSP. And some tips with this, I'll just put these ones away, is it folds flat and it will fold into a normal size envelope, which is good. I did really want to try and adjust the measurements because it uses 6 by 12, so you need 12 by 12 paper, and I know a lot of my customers don't usually buy the 12 by 12 paper. Oh, you made a double one, Angie. So I really tried to adjust it to fit an A4 sheet, but it won't sit flat, and I just didn't really have, oh thanks Glenda, I really just didn't have time to sit there and try and work it out a little bit more to get an A4 paper to sit flat. So I need to spend a little bit more time with that because I just couldn't get it to work properly. It won't fold flat and won't sit flat. So you do need, because usually I try and readjust everything so it fits in Australian size cardstock and normal envelope and try and get as much from your cardstock as possible. But my brain was not working enough. I think the lack of sleep last week with Hunter being sick was a bit hard for me to concentrate too much. So you do need 12 by 12 paper, but given that this is only 6 inches high, you can get 2 of these from 1 sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. So you can buy the 12 by 12s in packs. So this one and this one obviously came in the last year's In Colour packs. And so you get a couple of sheets in that. So that's why I'm especially using that paper pack as well to use up those cards. But then tonight, I'm just using white cardstock because the Flower and Fields paper is quite busy, that I didn't want too much colour or anything on that I've left these white, and then I'm going to make 2 so you can see. I'm coordinating this one with Pool Party cardstock on the white, and then this one with the Just Jade. So, and the layering pieces, you can get all the layering pieces from 1 piece of A4 cardstock. So it doesn't really use too much cardstock either, which is another bonus. So what you want is you want a piece of cardstock that is 6 inches by 12 inches. And then on the long side, you need to score it 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. And then you need to flip this, and then you need to get your trimmer, and you need to cut from the first score line to the last score line at 1.5 inches in. And then you turn that around again, 1.5 inches in, and cut from the first score line to the last score line. So if you're using our trimmer, this is the old trimmer, but the new trimmer is very similar. You go in 1.5, and you can move your blade down, line it up, line the point up with the score line that you've done, and then cut all the way and stop. Now, if you've scored deep enough, you can actually feel when you've hit the score line, so you can stop, but you can also line it up with that point as well. And then you take that out, turn it around 180, and you do that again. Okay, I find with this trimmer, I need to always cut down, otherwise I get a bit of a wobbly line. So start again up here at this first score line, line it up, and then drag it, cut it until the last score line. So you've got 2 sheets out of your 1 piece of cardstock. And then what you need to do is you just need to fold them now. So you fold the first piece as a mountain. You fold these pieces here as a valley, but this middle piece as a mountain. Okay, so mountain means up, valley goes down. So hopefully that makes sense. So you can kind of see the way that's coming. All right, then this is a mountain. This is a mountain. This is a valley. Now this is I've still got Whisper White 12 by 12, so it's not very thick. If you've got thicker cardstock, you will probably need to burnish this, but wait until you've got all your score lines. And then you can start folding that over. So what happens, these 2 you need to fold here. I'm going to try and make sure they line up though, that they're straight. Line up, and then they should all fold in flat. You can turn it over. So then that is your card. Okay, so you've got mountain, valley, but the middle bit is a mountain. These are mountains, the middle bit is a valley, and then the end are valleys. And it folds over flat. So I'll fold this other one as well while we're doing that, just so that you can see it again. So fold that as a mountain. These 2 as valleys. So did everyone else have a good weekend? This one as a mountain. This one as a valley. And these 2 as mountains. And then fold these ones over as valleys. So I find it's best to have a bit of a template with you. Oh, good job, Elizabeth. It's always nice to get back into it, isn't it? Okay, something's happened here with the score line, but that's all flat now. I find it best to have a template to kind of work from. Oh, that's nice. Glenda, was it really hot? It was really hot here. So now in that in color pack of 12 by 12 cardstock, you get colours of each in colour. This is terracotta tile. This is a colour I have never ever used, I don't think. It's not my favourite colour. So when you're making a template and you want to have something, use a cardstock colour that you don't like or that you've got excess of. Do not start this card with cardstock where you can't replace it or you don't have very much of it. You want to make sure you get it right and get the fold right. So use a colour that you don't maybe like as much as others. Had a big storm here this summer. We had that overnight, Glenda. It was so hot, and then woke up this morning and it was still stinking hot because the ground was so wet. And then it's good to have this in front of you when you're cutting your layers for your DSP, especially if you're going to use directional DSP. Okay, so that you can work out which way the panel is going to go to which way to have the paper go. So just have that, and then you can write your measurements all over this so you can keep this somewhere and work out how to fold, because once you've done this and then put it away in the cupboard for a while, you'll forget how to fold it. So I think it's a good idea having a template, but have a template of a colour that you don't use very often. So this one, now you can see on these samples that I've made that there's 3 different types of DSP, because you want to kind of have a bit of a pattern to this, otherwise this could get really messy really easily, especially if the DSP is really busy. And you want to make sure you know which panels you want for which thing. Oh, it poured rain here. Megan woke us all up. I thought Hunter was going to wake up too, but it was just Adrian and I. It was about midnight. It was so loud and so long. So these panels obviously are the biggest panels, and I've matched them here. So I watched a tutorial from Jan B. She's a English demonstrator, has been for years, and I really liked how she set out her paper on here, that it didn't look too busy and you kind of knew what was going on and it looked nice. Whereas some of them it looks a bit hard, or you want to have plain panels so you can write on, but then you want to make sure that you can't see the bits you write and it all got too hard. So this way, this panel and this panel. So I threw my sheet. I'll show you. I can show you this is my little notes here, which you might want to do on your template. Where I drew the notes, I've got 1, 1, 1, 1 here for the DSPs, and they correlate with 1, 1, 1, 1. So this design is design 1 of the DSP. This design is design 2 of the DSP, and this is design 3 of the DSP. So you could then sit there and write on this template that same concept, so that you know which layer of DSP to use and which pattern. Just to make it a little bit tidier and easier to look. But that's my scratch notes to try and make things a bit easier. Well, we haven't had it on today, Megan, but I didn't want to show my face because I'm sweating so much. It's so disgusting. But we've made a point of not having it on today. So let's get these bits. Now, the measurements are 1/4 inch smaller than the panels, really. And then the paper is 1/8 inch. So you can kind of just line up. Now there's 1 extra of these panels because that goes at the back. so that you can write your message on that. Just work out where all your panels go. And that's for the back. And then work out where your DSP is going. I think I've cut that the wrong way, but that's all right. It's not really too directional. So that's how it's going to go. Then you just get your pieces and adhere. Now you can see the back of this paper is that. So I've still only used one sheet of DSP. I've just used both sides of it. And if you do cut it right and it's not too directional, you will not use very much paper at all. The white underneath this kind of makes it pop just that little bit, which is good. So once you've got all your pieces cut, this doesn't take all that long to put together. Hi, Marie. So we just keep sticking these down. And it does come quite quickly. And then I've just got to go back and decorate all the other ones that I've made already. So I thought I might use one of the Celebration free sets as well, because I've got to make a few birthday cards. Got to make one for my father-in-law whose birthday's at the end of the month, but that won't be these cards. Thanks for sharing, Marie. I'll have to find some manly paper to use on that. That is this side. Then pop this one down. Now to decorate on the side here, I have used the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I've cut out a few of them. Now one of the tricks with them, I don't know whether I've got one here. Yeah, I cut 2 out at a time. So these are stuck together and you can still get the stitching on that second layer. I don't know how you go about the 3rd layer, but you still get it on the 2nd layer. So that saves a good amount of time when you're doing something like this. Yeah, I've got some of that paper left, Megan, that In Good Taste. So I've got that. He really likes cars. So if you don't actually have DSP, you could just create your own by stamping the images that you might want onto white cardstock and creating your own DSP, which I see a lot of people doing for flower type paper and images, but I don't see too many people do it for manly patterns and stuff. So this is the last bit. Okay, oh, and then we've got this panel for the back. And then just put that together. So that's our card there. So I was thinking to maybe have that, because that can go over the two panels, because that will stay flat the whole time, and same with that. You do cover up a bit of that, but that's okay. So I was thinking, I haven't yet used this. If things really do get better with age, then you're approaching perfection. I could probably use for that. Now this is another free Stampin' Up set for level 1 celebration item. So if you were to spend $90 in any catalogue, then you could choose this stamp set for free. If you were to spend $180, then you could choose this paper and this stamp set and get 2 level 1 items or 1 level 2 item. A level 2 item could be this stamp set, the Touch of Ink. This is really pretty, and it's a 2-step stamping. So you get the outline plus then the watercolor image already done. So those of us that aren't very good at watercoloring like me, this is great because the stamp does all the work. And then it's got quite a few sentiments on it too. So this is a level 2 celebration item, which means you need to spend $180 to get that free. But this one is a level 1 item along with the paper. So if you spent $180, you could get both of these items. So then on the inside, I think I would do this happy birthday. And then maybe some of these candles on there. So I need to get, we'll do that in Just Jade. And I think I'll just get Misty Moonlight. Do you have any of the masculine stamp sets? I do. I've got the car garage one. And I've got the Whiskey Business. And I've got the Sail Away one. My father-in-law really isn't into boats, so that wouldn't work for him. But yeah, so let's stamp on this one. Okay. Now, on the inside, I'll stamp Happy Birthday And I might do the happy birthday in the Misty Moonlight, which is the blue in the flower. And I'm gonna stamp that up the top because I want to use these candle images. So I've just got my markers. Yeah, I think I might use the car one. Megan, I just need to get time to do it. And I'm going to colour the stamp. So I'm not sure whether too many people have seen this, but so these are the in colour markers. You can buy them in a pack of 5 together. If you get the brush tip end, you can colour the ink, and then that way you can have different colour. Candles on here. Now you should work with your darker colour first. And then I've got the bumblebee as the flames. It's a bit harder to see the yellow on there. And then once this is done, you need to wet it again. So you need to on it and stamp. So then we can continue that. So this time we'll do it blue as the first one. So this is a really good tip for the smaller stamps or where you've got multicolour things that you want. Sometimes you might have a tree where you want the branch and the leaves to be stamped different colours. Now this is going to be a bit harder to line up because it's not clear mount. Now, but this is just really fun. I quite like this stamp set. And I think one more should do it. I should probably have a scratch paper underneath me, but I'll wipe that up later. There. I'll just get, because that's going to end up being on my card, so I'm just going to get a wipe and wipe that off my workspace there. And so then that's that bit done. Now I'm going to use dimensionals because the rest of this card's a bit flat. Now you could make this card as fancy or as simple as you want. Technique on the weekend. Oh, colouring the stand. That's good, Elizabeth. It's heaps of fun. I find it works better with the red rubber stamps than it does with the other stamps, the photopolymer stamps. Now there's this little balloon here, image, that I'll stamp, I think, with the Misty Moonlight. Just on the edges here. Try not to rock it like I did, otherwise you end up with a bit of a shadow there. Now, unfortunately, the markers are only available in sets. You can so you can buy them as the in-color sets, or you can buy them as the subtles and regals, things which come in a pack of 10, which is great and cost effective. But I've got a couple of markers that have worn out because I seem to use more colors than others. You cannot do this technique with the alcohol markers. You can only do that with the water-based markers, which is the Stampin' Write markers. Don't put the alcohol markers on your stamps, okay? Can't do that. So that's that card done tonight. And I don't know that we'll decorate the second one, but I will start gluing the pieces together. So we've got that bit there, and we've got all these little bits, and so that you can see some more of this paper, because this uses different paper. Is that a blender pen? No, the alcohol pens you don't use. These ones. Do not put these ones on your stamps. Okay, so this is Pool Party cardstock. And then just start gluing them down with your choice of adhesive. The seal makes this go really quick. And because I've got a few things on my desk now, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just using the seal to adhere these bits down. Whoop, that's too long. So is that. This is 2 and just got to make some running repairs. Happens when you cut your cardstock and your DSP quick. I gave all the measurements at the beginning, Marie, for the card and how to do it, so you can go back and watch at the beginning, because I stepped it through right at the beginning of the video. You need a piece of cardstock that's 6 by 12. So you need some 12 by 12 cardstock. But save the video and you can go back and watch it and pause it and do what I'm doing at the time. All right, so just adhering these pieces. Move them out of the way. All right, and then this paper, once it's cut into smaller pieces, I don't really think it looks quite as busy. Like when it's in the one big sheet, I'm looking at it going, holy dooly, that's busy. And that is so not my style. But when you break it down into smaller pieces like this, it's not too bad. And I was watching a video the other day from Stamping Up on the Leaders site, and they were saying this was one of the most redeemed products out of the Celebration catalogue. So it's been very popular. So Celebration finishes on the 28th of February. So you'll need to make sure that if you want to get these free items, that you make a purchase before the 28th of February. And every $90 you spend, you get a free item to choose from. These items aren't for sale afterwards. Some demos will get rid of their items on some platforms, but once they're gone, they're gone. Okay, so then that comes like that. And then probably use the same stamp in Pool Party. And then this one, I might just stick Happy Birthday in there. And then I think I might go back and add some, I've got the butterfly punches or the dragonfly punch. I've got a couple of them here. But use the small butterfly or the small dragonfly and cut out a few images on DSP and pop them in for decorations. Just to give it a bit of something. And then obviously you can add rhinestones or bling or ribbon. I've kept these very simple to just the DSP. in there, but we'll pop those out and then bring this one back. And then these are the other ones that I made earlier that I haven't yet decorated. Just get rid of some of this rubbish. So you can see the different colours and different papers. It works with any, but I've chosen to focus on the Celebration items. And these are all level 1 Celebration items. So if you were to spend $90, you get to choose one of these. So either this paper, or this stamp set. So Lisa, you've got this paper, so you could do something like this to use this paper. To use it up and show it off. So, and then this is the paper, the blooms. Thanks, Glenda, and thanks everyone for watching. So hopefully that inspires you to use up your DSP if you've got it. Hoarding, I try not to hoard mine because I have a little personal rule that I can't buy anything from the new catalogue if I've got unopened packs of DSP. So I try and cut all mine up and use it. But this is a nice way of using it and displaying all the different patterns of the DSP as well. So thanks for watching and see you guys next week. Bye.